Program is an opinion program. The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show host. You can hear my shows from 5 until 9, Monday through Friday on WVNN in North Alabama. With me, as always, Mecca Music. She is the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people. Smart enough to know that a tariff is a tax. So you can stop telling us that, okay? Stop telling us that a tariff is a tax. I think we all know that. But every media outlet in the country right now is telling every guest, did you know that tariffs are tax on the American people?
I'm pretty sure 256 Today has not featured that headline. I just want that out there.
I know. I am aware. Our guest this week is a Madison school board member who is a city councilman-elect. And by the end of this, she'll probably be the mayor. I don't know. We'll see what happens when she gets here. Alice Lessman, she'll be with us here in just a quick second. I've got a parting shot for you as well. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get to the 2-minute warning. All right, Becca, lots to discuss here when it comes to tariffs. Did anyone tell you it was a tax? I think I heard that somewhere, and it seems to be the one thing people like to talk about when it comes to this. Donald Trump's strategy is basically threaten to raise tariffs on basically every country in the world and try to work out some trade deals. He's gotten some trade deals, some successes, some truces, some frameworks, and a lot of tariffs. And I know that, the left can't meme and there's all that stuff out there, but they did this whole Trump always chickens out, and then he doesn't, and they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? Why are these tariffs happening? Now, by the time some of you see this, these tariffs might be over. Who knows, based on the way things go in Washington, D.C. these days. But as we record this, the tariffs are very much a real thing, and they're having a real impact. We are seeing record numbers of revenue come in from tariffs, and we are hearing things like Apple coming in and saying, hey, we're going to build a lot of stuff in Kentucky and things like that. Mecca, he didn't chicken out this time. We were told he was going to chicken out, and he did not chicken out. No wavering, no waffling.
No, but I would like to say, listen, Trump loves a deal.
Yeah.
And if there's still a deal to be had, that it can absolutely happen and very well could be happening as we speak. And the other thing is, I think he will be monitoring the situation. Is this going to have negative effects on the economy? And, he could adjust things.
But look, the issue we had in the last administration was inflation. And we were told if Trump did tariffs, there would be massive inflation. We haven't got there. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen, there's been one bad metric so far, and it was the jobs report. And Trump fired someone for it. So that's like the one really bad metric that we've seen, the jobs reports and the revisions. And honestly, he should have fired her for the 40 previous jobs reports where there are all these revisions, because the system is clearly broken. But that's what's happened here. So the full impact of this, not felt yet. We'll see what it looks like. The idea was to close the trade deficit. That has clearly happened. Mm-hmm. And the idea was to bring in tax revenue and revenue to use for things. That's happening. The question is, will it help them get more deals? I think so eventually. You're hearing from countries like Canada, they're like, we just don't understand. It's like, dude, you can do a lot of things, but you can't say you don't understand Trump. He's very blatant on what he's doing.
No, he'll tell you exactly.
Yeah.
And I know we're over on this topic, but let me also ask, I haven't heard a lot of just, regular friends and neighbors, this isn't even registering with them at this point. I mean, that could change as we talked about.
The chicken stuff, Trump always chickens out. There's another thing the media should think about. It's called Chicken Little. Because that's where they're at, in the constant state of the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling.
And that could be it.
And eventually people go, well, didn't fall.
Yeah.
And that's where we are. All right, speaking of the sky falling, well, that's the next one. Sorry, I got jumped ahead of myself for a second. We'll talk about the Golden Dome in just a second. Let's talk about 2026 here for a second. Steve Marshall, the Attorney General of the state of Alabama, is clearly the front runner in the race for the United States Senate. Barry Moore, a current congressman down in Enterprise, he's saying, I'm going to run for that seat. Not quite yet, but he's saying, I'm going to have an announcement. And then the guy who used to hold that seat before they put Moore and Jerry Carl together to battle it out in 2024, Jerry Carl, the former congressman, is saying he has an announcement. Well, let me break all this down for you, okay? Moore's announcement, he's running for Senate. Carl's announcement is he's running for Moore's seat.
For his old seat. I mean, because it was the same seat.
His old seat in the U.S. House. So those are the big things. Look, I'm going to tell you this. I say more because there's other people entering the race and stuff like this.
Yes.
Here's the deal. It's Marshall's to lose. He's going to have a ton of money. Moore's going to get a bunch of money from a lot of very conservative groups. But it's not like you could say Steve Marshall's a left-wing nut job.
No, not at all.
So
but I think this makes it a very interesting race with Moore jumping in there. And I'd like to actually say Congressman Moore will be our guest next week, and we can ask him more about this as well.
Will he have announced by then? I don't know. I talked to Marsha Blackburn last week in Tennessee, and I said, why don't you just announce you're running for governor? And then boom, she did. And so hopefully he'll be here. He'll be running by that point. Here's the thing, Jerry Carl down in Mobile, he's going to basically be running like an incumbent. I mean,
absolutely.
That's what he's doing.
Listen, that was a very close race between Moore and Carl, and also it was just wild.
It should have benefited him, really.
I mean, you would think, but it was two sitting congressmen running against each other. I mean, it was a very, very narrow race. I honestly, as expected, if he's going to jump in, he's obviously the front runner. I mean, automatically.
Yeah, no. But Barry Moore needs to raise a ton of money.
Yeah.
In order to be competitive in this United States Senate race. I think that Marshall obviously already is doing pretty good, and Carl's going to have a good time raising money as well. So I think Carl pretty much has that locked up, but don't take that from me. I don't like to say people like Tommy Tuberville are already governor. That's just not my style.
You literally call him governor-elect.
I know. That's what he is. All right. Now let's talk about things falling from the sky. See, and then there the transition works a little bit better. The Golden Dome. This is a pretty amazing thing. Now, Mecca's going to talk to us about this in a little more depth, but I'm going to give you what I find to be amazing about this. You never heard the words Golden Dome until about a year and a half ago, maybe less than that. And now all of a sudden it's going to be tested by 2028. Now we already have the missile defense technology, and all this is about building it out and making it bigger and better and more beautiful, to use the president's kind of language. So we'll have a test by 2028, which seems like that's going to be happening very, very quickly. That's also a lot of economic development for Alabama as well in order to build this thing out. We also have the Space Command coming here. FBI stuff as well is still expected to come here. I mean, Mecca, we can talk about the test, we can talk about missile defense, we can talk about all these things, but here's the deal. This is all very good for our economy and for our defense.
Very, very good for the country, great for North Alabama. So, this week, Huntsville hosted the Space and Missile Symposium called SMD. It is just like an acre full of the smartest people, in the world here in Huntsville.
It's like Comic-Con for bigger nerds. I mean, that's what it is.
But it's a very, very big deal. And I went and I covered it. And like I said, I just talked to so many smart people. But Golden Dome was really what everyone wanted to talk about. Not the official people, but everybody else. And a lot of the companies even had already branding Golden Dome programs and things. Because right now there's going to be a race to get your technology seen, get your technology in front of the right people, because this is such a huge deal and is expected to be a big part of the Space Command announcement and things that are coming.
You're trying to blanket the entire country with missiles. I mean, that's what you're trying to do. There's a lot of stuff going on there in this regard. What's going to be interesting is this. Donald Trump is doing a lot of things. What's going to happen with the next president? Be it J.D. Vance or Hillary Clinton, whoever it is.
So if you talk to the people I talk to, listen, this can be done. This is how we're going to do it. And I mean, they all have their own ways and things like that.
Well,
and I mean, that's their job.
It's like talking to me about radio. I have a lot of great ideas where you should spend your money. Okay, so.
No.
But my point is this. The next guy can come in and kill it. So they need to get this into a point where it looks
exactly,
really
and that's
good.
what I'm saying. That's why I think it was such a big deal at this year's SMD. Everybody is ready to go and wants to go, and this is what they think.
I also want money. That is exactly.
You're not wrong, but I think that there is also like a very valid perspective. No, we can do this, and we want to do this.
You said I'm not wrong. That's correct. Let's move on and let's talk about some new GOP bylaws that mean that Governor Ivey's out. She's got to go. She can't be governor anymore because the GOP passed some bylaws at their meeting that said that if you appoint Democrats, well, you can't do that and be a Republican. It's just impossible to do so. Kay Ivey, notoriously a Democrat in the past, and she also did some other notorious stuff that we're not going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it. Relax. I know you're so skittish about that stuff. All right, now you think I'm going to do it, but I'm not going to.
Can we just talk about the topic? Because I want you to convince me that this was a good idea about the Alabama.
I'm explaining to you in just a second.
Oh, thank you.
So Governor Kay, come back to me here on this one for a second. Get her out of here. All right, so listen, here's what they did. They basically said, if you're going to be an elected official as a Republican, you're going to run as a Republican, you're going to wave that banner around. If you get elected and you're given an opportunity to start appointing people to things, you're going to appoint Republicans. And you know what? I'm kind of convinced by that argument. I was kind of indifferent to it until recently, but now all of a sudden I find myself in a position where I actually believe this. Because if I'm spending my money and time and all this other stuff to elect a Republican, I don't care if a Democrat seat comes up in Demopolis. It doesn't matter. If I get an opportunity to appoint there, I should appoint a Republican, because if that's what I believe. Becca, look, it's not 100%. But there's Team A and there's Team B. And people will say, I don't like that. Well, then stop playing that game, because we all do. But they do like it. I don't understand why, if you're on A, you're going to appoint for Team B. And I like the
because
bylaw.
maybe Team B has the best person for this specific position. Like, Republicans don't have all the good ideas. They don't have the monopoly on all the good people in Alabama. There are, I think, to the average, some average voters, maybe not your fans, but they might want to see more bipartisan cooperation.
Nobody wants more bipartisan. They just want their way. Bipartisanship is how losers talk. That you want bipartisanship when you are in the minority. You don't want nobody. Look, hold on, seriously.
I'm not advocating for Democrats or Republicans. I'm just saying, as a person who's not doing that, I'd like it to see it when we're working together towards a common goal.
In Illinois, Republicans want bipartisanship. In Texas, Democrats want bipartisanship.
I get your
That's
point.
What they want.
I get your point.
Because,
and also, what you're going to tell Governor Kay Ivey what to do? Come on.
No, they did this with Richard Shelby as well in the past, where they would pass resolutions, and this is a little different. And here's the thing I will say: they also have a bylaw that says you can't take money from the AEA, and they don't enforce that.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be. So we'll see how this thing goes when time comes. But I'm for it. All right, let's move on. We got a lot going on. Alice Lessman will be with us here in just a second. She is currently a school board member in Madison, soon to be a city councilwoman in Madison. Stay tuned. It's Alabama Politics This Week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful, because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good, and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes, because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay, and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one.
But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late.
Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. With me, as always, Mecca Music.
And this week, we have Madison City Council member-elect Alice Lessman. Alice, thank you so much for being here with us.
And thank you for having me. This is quite an honor.
Listen, I want to get to the race. I want to get to your new position. But first, I have to mention you were recently named to Yellow's Women of Impact list for 2025. Now, this is 20 of the state's most brilliant, innovative, courageous, pick the adjective list of the women in Alabama. How does it feel to be included on that?
Wow. I mean, it is such an honor. So humbling because here I am with all these visionary women leaders. And, you know, the best thing about it is that this award not only recognizes what we've done, but what we want to continue to do to keep making an impact. So it was such an honor. And I want to say, also, you know, I was at an award ceremony last year and one of the awardees mentioned, you know, it sounds so cliche, I'm so humbled, I'm so honored. And why are we so humbled? It's because you're sitting here, you're doing what you think is right, you're just doing what you're supposed to do, and then to be recognized. So thank you so much to Yellowhammer for doing that and creating that.
Well, listen, you're kind of downplaying your own accomplishments. You are the CEO of Cepeda Systems, also a military veteran. Talk about your service a little bit for me.
Well, I did 21 years in the Alabama Army National Guard. I originally joined because I needed, I'm not going to lie, I needed money for college, and I thrived in it. I really enjoyed it. I thought I would just do that 6 years initial, and I ended up doing the 21 years, retiring as a lieutenant colonel. Met my husband in the Army. Everything's great with that, and my daughter is currently in the Air Force Academy now, following in footsteps of the military.
So very, very accomplished guest we have here with us, Dale.
No question. I was actually the 21st woman of impact, so I didn't make the list this year. But my question for you is this. You're currently on the city school board in Madison.
Yes.
You're heading towards the city council in Madison. Talk to me about what's different about those two things for you. What are you looking at? Because you're going from one to the other. What's different about those two things?
Well, they are two definitely separate entities that we do not do anything with this. Well, the school board does not do anything with the city council. They govern their own. You know, to me, we have grown up in Madison. Madison is not just where we live. This is our home. We raised our family. Our kids went to the Madison City Schools, graduated at the #1 school system in Alabama, or top rated. And we want to continue to keep our schools strong and fully supported, just like they were 20 years ago when we moved to Madison. And, you know, we built our business in Madison. As a business owner, I understand what it means to grow responsibly. And, you know, 256 actually did an article on a contract that our business had won not too long ago. And I got to say, that took a lot of strategic planning from the back end, and you want to prepare for the growth. So we had to make sure our infrastructure was ready. And, you know, much like with Madison, I feel that this business sense, along with me being a mom and school board member.
Well, let me ask this question about this, not to cut you off, but you know, it's kind of interesting because Madison has seen so much growth. And it's been hard. It's been, and the attraction is the school board, which you've done, but the growth has to be managed correctly, and that's where you're heading. Is that a fair way to put it?
Yes, absolutely. And that is one of the main things that you hear about from our residents. It's going to be the traffic, the growth. Growth is good if you're prepared for it.
And let me just clarify. So when we say Madison City Council member elect, that means she ran for office and nobody ran against her, and so it's now been certified. And you might notice that happened quite a few races throughout, quite a few municipalities throughout Alabama.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I also want to talk to you. You heard Dell and I talking about SMD. Now you run in that community, in those circles. What kind of impact does the symposium have to showcase Alabama and Huntsville on a global stage?
Oh, absolutely. It's very huge in Huntsville. Anybody that's in the defense industry is going to be there. And really big for Alabama. I think it puts us at the forefront of national defense and space innovation. You think about it, you've got key leaders and decision makers from the government industry, government agencies, Department of Defense, industry, and even some of our international allies all coming together, and you create some real partnerships there. It's not only just networking too, though, because I think it really gives the local businesses a competitive edge, because you're hearing about the technology and conversations.
For sure. It's like a technical conference at its core. It really is. Have you ever been to SMD?
I have.
Did you have
I told
fun?
you it's Comic-Con for bigger nerds. I mean, that's what it is.
That's not kind.
Is she agrees.
It is. I mean, whether you're walking through the halls or in the conference or the receptions afterwards. I mean, I brought my son last night just for the exposure.
It's exciting. The whole thing's like
all of Huntsville is there.
Mecca and I, just real quick, since you're on the school board here, I want to ask you about this. Mecca and I have been talking about the cell phone bans. I'm gonna predict that there's going to be an issue next week where cell phone bans come up, because we're going to see the first week of this.
No, my kids are in school this
week. I know,
week.
I'm talking about this.
Okay,
now, next week, we're going to start seeing the fallout of this, of the cell phone ban. I like it. Mecca hates it.
I hate it.
I have a 7-year-old. She has a bunch of kids who are older who have cell phones.
All different schedules.
Right?
We're all running around.
I got one. She's got 3.
Okay, I don't know where my kids are half the time. Come on, guys.
This isn't the Mecca show, but let me ask you, what is your take on the schools having to come up with this policy?
So, I'm District 9 Director of the Alabama Association of School Boards, and we did try to, we were not for that.
Right.
It was passed down from our legislators, and so we have to move forward with it. As far as Madison City Schools, we already had something in place, and it's more about local control. But we're going to have mixed reviews. I'll say when we put the policy. Oh, go ahead. Did you want to?
I was just going to say local control. That you should be a big fan of that. Too.
Yeah, I generally agree until they're wrong. I'm going to tell you the truth. That's how I feel it. Once they're wrong, then it's time to bring the hammer.
And they're looking for the whole state.
For us. Okay, listen. How about this? Here's my plan.
I'm going to break this to you. Just before you say anything else, let me just say this. Most of the policies being made about education in the state are not about Madison.
That's what I'm saying, though. But if you're if you're a top performing school, can we have a pass on all these ridiculous regulations?
Madison City Schools.
You guys are not the target. You guys are collateral damage in these situations.
That's like punishing all the kids because one kid was talking.
She was in the Army. She knows all about group punishment. All right, it is. Trust me, I know as well. And so the simple fact is, it's going to happen. There were issues. 97% of kids are on their phone during the school day. They're getting 240 mentions every single day. It's distracting. It's causing problems. It's bullying. It's all this other stuff. It's not about well-run school districts. It's about the other school districts. And I think that's a testament to Madison, and that you guys can be like, we were doing something like this. Yes. We weren't having the problems. But lots of places they were having the problems. Thank you very much for being here. We appreciate you very much.
Thank you for having me.
She is currently a city school board member in Madison. Soon she will be a city councilwoman there. Alice Lessman, 2 N's at the end. That was my fault earlier. Don't worry about that. No, we'll continue and take a quick break. We'll be right back on Alabama Politics This Week. Mecca's leaving. Show's getting so much better. Stay tuned.
Thanks.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills with turning to 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands.
We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one.
But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late.
Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I'm Dale Jackson. Before we jump into the parting shot, let me remind you, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast. Every single morning, you'll get those 7 things in your email. yellowhammernews.com. Right now, let's get to that parting shot. My parting shot this week is very simple. It's a very unfortunate situation out of Homewood where a young man has lost his life. The DA, for some reason, even though on the video it shows him reaching for a gun, said he was a good kid. Good kids don't go for the gun when they're busted for smoking weed. It's a mistake to talk like this. We have to tell the truth. That was a terrible mistake, a terrible thing that happened, and a really bad decision that led up to it was having that gun in the car and smoking weed in the first place. Huge mistake there. We need to talk about this more clearly. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching Alabama Politics This Week.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.